the Raiders and the Titans. And
EA
it's coming
Sports
up next
coverage of the
on
National
EA
Football
Sports.
League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Yeah, he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. A short throw to Ingram, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. You look at this Raiders defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Burrow on play action. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams there to bring him down. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
14 yards is the pick up there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. Leading him out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Ole Miss.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Quentin Williams, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points. But that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Raiders at 4-9 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense set to go again. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Now it's Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. On now is the Titans punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. Got his man. It's Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Finding Williams once more, complete. And that's a nice one for the stat line, by the way. That last grab, his 50th on the year.
At the Titans' 6-yard line.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of it. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They go play action with Burrow. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
They'll set up a throw. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now Burrow. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Through the middle of the field. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Titans get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They'll drop that underneath to ETN. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Burrow looking to pass. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Able to get away. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. Back to throw here. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. In motion goes the tight end. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's to Bowers once again. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The slot man in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. Oh, one-handed grab there. He's got it for the touchdown. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets him right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
The Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Forced out to, and now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 50 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's got room. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they've got it inside the 10 and the 8. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
At the 11-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
The Titans offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And just shutting him off there. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Slot man moves right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. How about this? He's to the 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, and there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3.
Touchdown! A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. A drive there of just 4 plays. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Into the hands of Ingram.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
He targets Ingram for another grab. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. Throwing, Burrow.
He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here's 1st and 10. Burrow. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds. What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Well, the black hole and everyone in Vegas on their feet. Here's 3rd down now. Burrow.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football